In a small dusty village surrounded by thick forest and red earth roads lived a young boy named Tariq. His life began in hardship. From the time he was a child, Tariq always felt like a stranger in his own home. His parents loved his younger brother far more than they loved him. Whenever food was served, the younger boy received the largest portion while Tariq was left with what remained. When new clothes were bought, the younger brother wore them proudly while Tariq wore old, faded ones. The difference in treatment was obvious to everyone in the village. Tariq's father often looked at him with disappointment, as if he saw no future in the boy. The harsh words and cold treatment slowly built a quiet sadness inside Tariq's heart. Yet deep inside him, there was a strange feeling that his life was meant for something greater than the small village where he was born. When Tariq was 10 years old, something unusual began to happen. One night he had a strange dream. In the dream, he found himself standing in a dark place surrounded by mist. Suddenly, an old man with long white hair appeared before him. The old man held a walking stick that seemed to glow faintly in the darkness. His face was calm but serious. Without explaining anything, the old man told Tariq to run. The boy was confused and did not understand why he should run. But as he stood there wondering, dark shadowy figures suddenly appeared behind him and began chasing him. Fear filled his heart, and he ran with all the strength his small body could carry. Just as the shadows were about to catch him, Tariq woke up from the dream, breathing heavily. A few moments later, a loud cracking sound shook the night. A large tree that stood beside their house suddenly collapsed, smashing the exact place where Tariq normally slept. That night he had moved to another corner of the room because the dream had disturbed him. Without knowing it, the dream had saved his life. From that day onward, the dreams never stopped. As Tariq grew older, the mysterious old man continued to appear whenever danger was close. Sometimes the dreams felt more like real battles than ordinary dreams. In those moments Tariq would find himself fighting strange dark figures that tried to attack him. The old man would always appear beside him, guiding him, pushing him to stand strong and fight. Whenever Tariq woke up after those dreams, he sometimes found scratches on his arms or bruises on his body, as if the battles had truly happened somewhere beyond the physical world. While Tariq was fighting unseen battles for his destiny, a darker force was quietly growing within his own family. His father's older brother, a man known in the village as Chief Boko, carried deep bitterness in his heart. Many years earlier, he believed that Tariq's father had taken an inheritance that rightfully belonged to him. The anger never left his heart, and it slowly turned into hatred. Chief Boko secretly worshipped a powerful deity hidden deep in the forest shrine. Through the help of spiritual rituals, he often tried to see into the future. One night, during a ritual, the shrine priest revealed something that shocked him. The spirit showed that a young boy in the family would grow up to become extremely wealthy and would break the long chain of poverty that had followed their bloodline for generations. The boy was Tariq. Instead of being happy for his family, Chief Boko felt threatened. His hatred grew even deeper. He decided that Tariq must never reach the destiny that had been shown. From that moment, he began working secretly against the boy. Using manipulation and spiritual influence, he slowly poisoned the mind of Tariq's father against his own son. The father began seeing Tariq as a disappointment and treated him even worse than before. When the father finally grew old and decided to distribute his property, he gave everything to Tariq's younger brother. The land, the houses, and the family inheritance all went to the younger son. Tariq was left with nothing. Many people in the village believed his life had ended before it even began. But destiny does not always follow inheritance. Chief Boko continued his efforts to destroy the boy's future. Temptations appeared in Tariq's life. Strange illnesses came and went without explanation. People tried to lure him into dangerous situations. Yet each time something terrible was about to happen, the old man from his dreams would appear again. Sometimes the warning was simple. Other times it was urgent. Whenever Tariq listened and followed the mysterious guidance, he escaped danger once again. Years passed, and the spiritual battles became stronger. One night, when Tariq was 21 years old, the old man appeared in his dream with unusual urgency. The message was clear and direct. He had to leave the village immediately. Although he did not know where he would go or what awaited him outside, Tariq trusted the warning. That very night he packed a few belongings he owned and quietly left the village behind. Before sunrise, he was already far away. Later that same night, a mysterious fire destroyed the small house where he used to sleep. The flames burned everything inside it. Some villagers believed Tariq had died in the fire. But Tariq was alive and beginning a new chapter of his life far from the place that had held him back. Life outside the village was not easy. Tariq worked many small jobs just to survive. Some days he carried loads in markets. Other days he worked as a bus assistant or slept in small rooms he could barely afford. However, the struggle slowly shaped him into a strong and determined man. He began learning about business, saving every small amount of money he could. Over time, his ideas began turning into real opportunities. One small business became two. Two became several. Years later, Tariq built companies that grew bigger than anyone could have imagined. His investments spread into transportation, real estate, and technology. The boy who once had nothing eventually became one of the wealthiest entrepreneurs in the country. He had become exactly what the prophecy had foretold, the first billionaire in his family. One day, many years after leaving, Tariq returned to the village. The quiet village that once rejected him watched in disbelief as long lines of expensive cars entered the dusty road. People gathered in shock when they realized who had returned. Even his father and younger brother could hardly believe their eyes. Chief Buckle, the man who had tried so hard to destroy him, stood silently among the crowd. Deep inside, he knew the truth. The destiny he had tried to stop had only grown stronger. That night, as Tariq slept peacefully in the village once again, the old man appeared in his dream for the final time. This time there were no battles, no warnings, and no shadows. The old man simply smiled. His work was finally complete. The boy he had protected had fulfilled the destiny that was written for him long before he was born. And from that day onward, Tariq never saw the mysterious guardian again. Yet he knew one thing for certain. No matter how powerful darkness may seem, it can never stop the destiny that is meant to rise. Sunrise.